Hello generals, in this video we'll talk about all the tanks that you need to recognize and know which one is the best for you. Now it's gonna be another long video because lots of people has asked me to make a video about all the tanks, not like separated. And the problem is I can't make skip points, so you can just get to the point that you want to know, because still have a small channel. So if I get enough support, I will be access to other features in the YouTube, such as skipping the timeline. Now tanks, we cannot compare it in like tier 2 with a tier 3. We have to know that, and we cannot compare a vehicle, armored vehicle, with a tank or an anti-aircraft. So let's start it. Starting with the game, once you start the game, you will have M41 Bulldog or BMP or WZ501A. Now there is two vehicles in one tank, but the problem is the M41, it's not really armored enough. The best one is BMP. Now we'll talk about why is that and what's the problem. I have talked about that in a separate video, but it's okay just to mention it back. BMP has a lot of potentials that you can cover it even if it's a vehicle, and there is a missile. That missile is 25 millimeters. It has 400 millimeters of penetration, so it's gonna help you against even really armored tanks. The missile can penetrate higher tier tanks, even if you use it in higher tier. The shell might not be very effective, but the missile will still be effective. The WZ501, it has a machine gun, so it's not gonna penetrate anything. It's really struggled, so you have to just circle your targets and fire at them. The M41 Bulldog, as I said, the armor of it's really weak. It cannot fight in a higher tier, so it's gonna be a struggle for this tank. Unlike the BMP, as you see, we talk about damage to part what is meat under the number of the tanks, and this slat armor, we'll talk about it in the armor video. I will put it on the screen on the right so you can access to what's armor. So this BMP has a lot of features. It can be helpful a lot. BMP is better. Now we move to LAV 25. This one is just for fun. It's not really effective in the battlefield, but once you unlock everything, you can unlock the more rate of fire. This is the only one is really important, double feed system. So and then you can access to the durability, so you can sustain in the battlefield more, and the HE shells will be less effective on your tank. This is just for fun. It's not just to get wins. You can use it. It's up to you if you really want to have fun with the drone that it has and the high mobility it has. Now we move to beast tanks such as T55 AMD-1. This has lots of armor, as you see, almost 400, and here it's about 400 also. As you see, I have upgraded a lot of things in it, and it has a reactive system that's really powerful against the missiles, only missiles, not bombs. And this one helps you against the HE shells, and the modules will not be destroyed very easily, such as the engine or the ammo rack or something like that. It will sustain much more in the battlefield. So it's a really helpful tank. If you have spare gold, don't hesitate, you can buy it easily. It's really nice tank. Amazing one, of course. Now the shells, this is shell, the maximum shell. You have to keep in mind, even if it has lots of potential, but in the close combat, it's really struggle to hit your target with it, because this one is for long distance targets. That's why it's you don't put it all your ammunition from MK3 ammunition. Now we move on to WZ120C. This one has a reactive armor, so it's gonna help you even against the high tiers. You will sustain, but once you lost all the reactive armor, the main armor is very weak, unlike the previous one. This one just can sustain a little bit in the battlefield once you deploy it, but then it will be very weak. And it has a little bit of things like cumulative armor, 25%. This is nice against HE and less module damage. It's an amazing one. Here I am trying to upgrade the cannon speed sender, so it's have more DPM, damage per minute. So this one, yeah, you can buy it, 1,800. I just bought it yesterday, and it is really amazing, even if it feels a little bit sluggish. Now let's talk about the ammunition it has. It has heat ammo, but once you get on the high levels, the competitive will be really high, so they will use durability, so they will sustain against heat shells and HE shells. So better to open the APFSDS ammunition, because it helps you to penetrate the armor of the enemies, because they have durability against heat and HE shells. It's not gonna be helpful, the HE and heat, after they got slat armor and all of that, the upgrades. It's a decent tank, you can buy it also. Both are great tanks. Now we have the WZ-120, I got it from Gamble. I didn't upgrade anything. You might ask why you didn't upgrade. Isn't a decent tank? Yeah, it is, and a really good one. But I already have the tanks I need. As you see, it has decent armor, but as you see, it's not very helpful against high tiers. It will be destroyed easily. And the best advice I can say, don't move on to the next tier matchmaking, but without full tanks from the same tier. Here we have the ammunition of it. It's APHE, so its penetration is high and damage is high. This is amazing. Think about it. Now we move to T40. As you see, it's a paper tank. No matter you upgrade it, it's still gonna be easy to be destroyed. This is Tank Destroyer. It has a really good potential of damage, but you have to be with the strategy hit and run. It is not for brawl fights. You can just hide in some place and be supportive rule. Make your teammates with the main battle tank sustain the battle, and you just support them and run away. You can't fight. You have 3 shells. It's an autoloader. It has lots of potential of the heat ammunition it has, but keep in mind it's very weak tank. As we see, the heat ammunition, it has 12,000 after upgrading and almost 5,000 module damage. This is crazy damage, and the penetration at 350, this is amazing. Almost 400 if you upgrade. The more you upgrade, you will have much more. Here we have 700 millimeters of penetration maximum upgrade, so it's very good. And the problem is, just as I said, it's paper tank, so you have to be very careful when you drive this tank. Now we move to XM800T. There is no reason to buy this tank. It's a machine gun and that's it. No drones and no missiles such as PMP, so stay away from it. The anti-aircraft, this one is not good against aircraft, so it's better to stay from it. Even it has a machine gun, but it's not very strong. Now we have the LAV of 115. It's so similar to LAV 25, so you just can pick one of them. They both has similar features about the potential of the tank. Now we move to another tank. This tank has good ammunition, but it's a paper tank, as you see, and it doesn't has good features such as 50% less damage, so stay away from it. Now we move to T55A. It has a good potential. It's a really strong tank. It's similar to WZ-120. You can choose one of them. Both are similar, so it's not a big deal. You just pick one of them. Now we move to the ZSU. This is an anti-tank craft. I got it from gambling. If you face one, fire the hull. Don't fire the turret. It's good, but don't buy it. it's better not buy it. It's good against the long distance targets. Now we move to BTR. It has a drone that's fire 2 missiles, and the armor of it can be good because even if it says 10 millimeters, it has 50% less damage. So no matter the enemy is firing, it will be half of the damage. It's a good vehicle, but for me, I'm not very fan with the vehicles with wheels. We move to another one that is WZ211, and you get it, I think, once you get level 5. It's really weak, and I don't recommend it to upgrade anything or waste your resources on it. Just stay away from it. WZ121. This is what I picked once I uploaded the game, and it is really nice tank. It has lots of damage, the best damage, but the less penetration. Good one. Now we move to this tank. It's an tank destroyer. It's really helpful. Su-152 Taran. It has good power of destroying the enemies, but it has also the drones that has missiles. It's a good one, but I mean 2,700. Why I would pick this one over the T14, and it is only, I think, about 500 gold, something like that. So it's better to pick that one over this. This is a weak one, and similar to T14, it's a paper tank. It doesn't have any good features such as 50% less damage, so it's better to stay away from it. Now we move to CM25. It's a vehicle that has a machine gun, and it has the feature of 50% less damage. So this is interesting one. You can buy it, 1,100. I don't think it's so much, but the missile is the problem is once you fire a missile, if the enemy is firing, the machine gun can interrupt the missile and destroy it by one shot. So it's just, I don't know, that's why I'm hesitating to buy this vehicle. It's better to buy with the gold the two tanks, that is T55 AMD1 and the WZ120C. This is the best one for tier 1 to buy it with gold. This one, it's up to you if you have spare gold. WZ501, so similar to PMP, but once you unlock the PMP and you upgrade it and you will be comfortable, there is no much difference between this one and that one. The little difference is the 501, it's a little bit faster, that's it. So stay away from it after, you got the PMP. Now we have the AEFV. This has 50% less damage, but it's a machine gun vehicle. So machine guns, they cannot penetrate a lot. You have to look out for the weak point of the enemy, like such as the rear of the tank or the sides of the tank. It has a machine gun, so I don't know, it's not very helpful. And it has just a drone. You can play it for fun. Now we move to BMP 1K. This is same the BMP, but it doesn't has the missile that we all love it. So stay away from it. It's better to not buy it. BTR. Now this one, it has same drone that its BTR 80 has, but here you have to unlock the drone. Unlike the BTR 80, it's the other one. You can, once you buy it, you can get the drone. Here you have to unlock it. So it's better to pick WZ121 and the WZ or WZ120 or T55, one of the three, and the WZ120C and T55 AMD and BMP1. These are the best for the tier 1. Now lots of people wondering, where is T54? I can't find it. I face it a lot, but I can't buy it. Where is it? Will this tank only be acquired? It's an event tank. It was acquirable only in when the game was released. to all people who upload the game when it was released. You can find it in the market sometimes. It shows up with 15 euros. Should I buy it? Well, if you have the spare money, you can buy it. It's the best one in the tier 1. Yep, it's really one good one. 9 shells, amazing one. Now we move to the tier 2, starting with PLL-05. This is an artillery. It has a good potential and it is really amazing, but I mean, why I would buy it with gold once I have I can get an artillery once I get level 15. If you are patient enough, you will get an artillery. Don't spend your money on artillery, because it's no matter you try, the artillery are really dependent on the team. Like this tank, you will get it once you get level 15 M109, and it's a good one, but you have to keep in mind the best one is CH, because it can do shattering. It can be shrapnels, so it's a good one. Don't buy the other artilleries that we have, such as this and this and this. It's just a waste of your resources, because you will get free one, and it's the best thing is stick with the free one. It has a lot of potential. Now we move to T50 T62 545. It's with gold, so why would buy it if there is a T62, the beast? It's an amazing one, it's a really comfortable one, and the difference is that this one is a little bit better. But why I should buy it with gold if I have 2,700,000 cash and I can buy it? You will buy T62 for sure. The M60, it's a good one, but it's just a meme tank. I mean, it can be ammo-racked so easily. As you see, you can fire it from the front or from the sides. From the front is gonna be a little bit sustained, because there is lots of armor, but on the sides it's really weak. 3 millions, why you buy it if you have the T62? 2,700,000. Now we have this anti-aircraft VATS, or we have to compare all the anti-aircraft. From all of them, the machine guns that BGZ has is the best. The missiles the BGZ has weaker than the Shelka missiles, but there is more missiles. In Shelka you have 2 missiles, and then it will be uploaded another 2 missiles, like that. Unlike the BGZ, it has 4 missiles, but a little bit weaker, but you fire like sustainingly more missiles on row. But from the machine gun, the BGZ win. No, the VADIS is just a machine gun. It doesn't have missiles, so this is a problem. But it's fun to play it from time to time. It's really amazing. There is a problem with it. It can be heated so much. I saw from them, if you want a machine gun, really powerful one, pick the BGZ. If you want the missiles, pick Shelka. For me, I like the Shelka because it has good potential with the missiles. You can destroy the jets and heli very fast, and the machine gun is between VADS and BGZ, so it's comfortable with everything, and you can fire it on the enemy targets easily and do lots of damage. But you have to fire on the rear of the tanks or the side of them. With BGZ or Shelka or VATS, it doesn't matter. So it's a really good one. Now we move to BTR. This one, it has 2 missiles and it's 750 millimeters of penetration. It's a really amazing one, and it has a drone, so it's gonna be really comfortable. But you have to unlock upgrade the missile so you can be more powerful. Why would buy it if you have the M3 Bradley that you will get it? And I think if you are logging in the match every time, so yeah. And we have here PTL-02. I got it from gambling, and it's decent one, but not worth buying it. It's just I'm not fan with vehicles that has wheels, because it's really difficult to go left and right. So it's really difficult to pick tanks in from the tier 2. That's the problem. For me, I would rather the Bradley. It has machine gun that you need to upgrade so it can fire more, and it has 2 missiles with Tau missiles, 152 millimeter caliber, and it has 430 millimeter penetration. It has really good damage and really good damage to modules. That means if you fire on the engine, it can stop the engine of the tank, or if you fire at the ammo, it can explode the tank with one shot. As you see, it has not a nice features, but only on the front, on the sides. In the middle, it's not very comfortable, as you see. But it cannot be destroyed with one shot for sure, even if it's ammo rack. If you fire the ammo rack, because it has cumulative damage, and it cannot be destroyed with one shot. Now we move to the last artillery. This is the best artillery between all of them, PLZ 83, but as I said, don't buy it. You have at level 15 the M109. Now we move to tier 3. We have the Bradley. It's a great one. What's the difference between this Bradley and that Bradley? They have the same things, the machine gun, the Tau missiles, but what's the difference between them? I mean, why there is a tier 3 and there is tier 2? Well, as you see, the tier 2 has no armor that's helped them. I tried to compare them, there's not much difference, but the tier 3 has, as you see, armor that is reactive armor. It helps you to not be destroyed by one shot and can sustain the battle much more. But once the reactive armor is done, you will be sponge just absorbing damage, because it's gonna be really weak. It doesn't have cumulative damage, so even HE will be effective against you. Now we move to this tank. Has 400 millimeters, but the turret is weak. I mean, look at it, only 300, and at tier 3, that's really bad. And it is with gold, and the shell of it, it's a nice one, but 9,000 gold for MWT 70. No, don't buy it. Now we have LAV 600. LAV 600, it has lots of potentials, lots of good features such as drones and rapid fire. It's an anti-tank, and it fills its role very well. So if you got it from gambling or something like that, it's good, but I don't recommend to buy it specifically. Just stay away from it. Now we have the Beast's merch. We all love this vehicle. It's launch missile. Launching missiles, it has a lot of potentials, 12 missiles, and it's a really good one. If you face one of these Smerge and you want just to destroy it, it's really be satisfying. Now we move to this tank. It has lots of armor, as you see, almost 800, and it has the reactive armor, so it should be great, right? Well, yeah, look at the ammo rack, and the armor is protecting its rubber screens, and the rubber screens can be destroyed easily with just machine gun, so it's really stay away from it. Even it has good potential in the front line, but once an enemy is on your side, you are automatically dead. The potential of it is good, but you have to be very careful. 8,000 gold? Nah. Now we have the troll vehicle anti-tank, anti-aircraft XM975. It's a really fun one because the missiles firing cannot be detected by the airplane. It's a manual guided missile. It can miss a lot. You can't like hit your target comfortably, but I really like it and it's really fun. It's a good one. You can just shot helicopters with two missiles, easily be destroyed. Now we move the best tank in tier 3, M1A1 Abrams.
of course you need to upgrade this tank immediately, everything in it. If you got it, don't hesitate. Look at the armor, 400, 1400. I mean, this is a beast. Here is the weak point of the Abrams. If you faced one, you have to fire between the whole of the armor, the whole of the body of the tank and the turret. That's a weak point of the tank. So the best thing to do, once you get to tier 3, you have to buy this tank. It's the best one. The ammo rack is not be easily destroyed. As you see, it's behind, and there is a lots of space between the ammo and the outsider of the tank, like the end of the armor. Here we have this tank that is in the battle pass. The best thing is to have APFSD shells all full, because there is something you don't know about it. Even it has only, I think, 26 shells, not much more. The problem is it has like about damage 7,500. I mean 6,000, but the HE is 7,500. So it's about 1,500 damage difference, right? And the penetration, there is lots of difference. So it's better to stick with APFSD full ammunition. HE, it's not gonna be helpful because everyone is having durability at this tier. Now if you have the best anti-aircraft, Tunguska, this is a beast. You can destroy any aircraft. You can use it even in the tier 4 matchmaking. Same with the Abrams, you can use it in high tiers matches. Tunguska is really amazing one. This is one of the best. You should buy it once you get level 3. Now we have this tank that everyone is comparing this one with Abrams. Now, as much it has lots of potential, it has lots of armor. I mean, 400 for frontline, same as Abrams, but the turret is very weak, 400 only, unlike the Abrams with 1000. Here we have rubber screen, as you see, and the ammunition, it's big as like my forehead. I don't know, what the hell. It's really easy to be destroyed. The rubber screen can be destroyed with machine gun, and then the enemy will fire one shell and boom, this tank is over. So it's better to avoid this one, and if you want it, you can buy it, but I don't recommend that. And now we move to this Chinese tank. It has the durability, you can unlock it. Of course you need to unlock it to help you, but same problem. Here we have lots of armor, 800, 900, but the turret is only 400 again. We have rubber screens here on the sides, can be destroyed with machine gun, and the ammo rack, of course, easily be destroyed. Unlike the Abrams, it's really hard to be destroyed. Now this tank is so similar with the T-72A, so both of them, it's up to you which one you pick. It's both so similar, not so much different. Now we move to top tier tanks. Now we move on the top tier, as we said, the PLZ-05. It's an artillery, and I already said my opinion about the artillery. It's not very helpful. As you see, it has a guided shell. The guided shell, it has one problem. When you fire it, if there is a mountain in front of you or an object in front of you, there is a high chance that it's gonna impact the mountain. It's not gonna go above it and hit the target. But it has a lot of good accuracy. You can fire it if you are long distance. Now this tank, it's you can acquire it only in art points that's in the market. So it's, I mean, there is lots of options. You can, from the event, we have the type 89. It's much better. The Smirch is much better. Like, you have many options you can acquire. Why would you spend? And it has the same power almost. I mean, there is no need to put your money on something you can acquire it for free, and has the same potential. Now we have Terminator or ADATS. ADATS has lots of equipment. I think it's a troll vehicle.
because it has a lot of power, but unfortunately can be destroyed like by 2 shots, or even like, I mean, look at the armor, it's very weak, and it doesn't has the good feature of 50% less damage. That's a problem. 12,600 gold. This is 15,400, but it's much better. It can do almost the same job, and the machine gun is very helpful against the aircraft, but what's a close range. The ADATs can do much better against aircraft. So Terminator win, of course, because it has lots of armor. Now we move to Type 10. It has a lot of potential of being strong, and if you upgrade it very well, of course, keep it, you'll need it. It's an amazing tank. Now we move to T90. It has lots of potential, so much power, and as long as you're facing the enemy, but it has the ammo rack here, and only rubber screen is covering it. 2mm machine gun can destroy it, and then you are easy prey. The reactive armor can save you a lot, but once it's over, look at the turret, only 400, look at the hull, only 500, and that's top tier. Everyone is almost like 400, 500 millimeters of penetration. Now we move to Mazda. This is an R30. If I have to compare between this and the PLZ, I think the PLZ will win. But as I said, I don't recommend to stay with artillery. I mean, the rocket launchers can do its same job and much better. Tank destroyer. Before tank destroyer, let's move to M270. This one, if you fire on the driving place, it has 50% less damage, so it cannot be destroyed easily. You fire on the lower part of this tank, so you can destroy it easily. This is an advice if you face someone with this tank or this vehicle. Even the ammo rack is located here and at the missiles, but it has cumulative 25% less, so it's not easily be destroyed if you fire the ammo rack, even if it's really exposed, but 25% will not be destroyed. Now the missile, it has, look at the power of it, 23,000, and there is explosive damage about 14,000. This is really powerful, but only 6 missiles, and the one missile that's really big. I mean, what the hell? Is it like a black hole or what? Anyway, this missile, it can be has shrapnels of 50, so it's really powerful. I highly recommend to get that. If you have spare gold, give it some try, maybe you get it. Now we move to tank destroyer. You really need to cover it with defensive, because it's a good one, this one, because it has already 50% less damage, and the more you upgrade it, it's gonna be a great one. So if you like tank destroyers, you can easily obtain this one, and I recommend it if you just want to destroy enemies, but I don't like wheels. That's my opinion. You can buy it, it's an amazing one. Now T14, it has amazing one. It's at the best at its tier. Here it's 450, 460, even if it says 460, but it has the potential of 50% less damage and less against HE shells by the cumulative armor. But here the problem is there is here we have reactive armor. After it's destroyed, we have the screen armor, and then you can destroy the ammo rack, so it can sustain a little bit. Now Pancita is the best anti-aircraft, and you must have it. It has lots of potential. As you see, I'm trying to upgrade it, but I lack right now with the gold and cash and all of that. I upgrade the maximum of the missiles because I can upgrade it. This is a really good one, and it has a really long range to destroy aircraft, so you must have this one, of course. Now we move to ZTZ-99A. It has a lot of reactive armor. It's very powerful, but the main armor is very weak for its tier. I mean, look at it. It's good at the start of the match, like you have lots of armor, but once you're out of that armor, you're really doomed. You can't do anything. Now we have the battle pass. We got it from the last battle pass that was free. This one is good and it has lots of potential, and you can give it even more armor, so it's going to be really powerful. And it has reactive armor on the sides, on the front, and the turret is about 1000 millimeters, so it's really powerful and very good for brawl fights. And it has drone, you can add it. You have the it's a reactive system, so it's really amazing one. I'm upgrading, of course, because I really love it. It's so powerful and effective in the battlefield. I mean, after I upgraded 48,000 durability, that's so cool. So in all, we have the Terminator, of course. We would like to add it, and we can add the Type 10 and the other one, that's a Chinese tank that we got it too, like here, and the VT4A1, of course, and we can get the Pancita, of course. These are the best in my opinion. Of course there is others that you can get it from the market. We will talk about them in another video if you want a video about the markets and is it worth it, the battle pass like K58 Black Ghost, or like the tanks are offering. And of course the battle pass, you can sell the tanks that you acquired, so no matter what, you're winning anyway. So of course you have to grind the battle pass. So guys, see you next video. Bye bye.